Welcome back to Drew and Derek Suck at Gambling. I'm Drew.
I'm Derek.
And I'm Ryan.
And honestly, I should have wore a bag over my head. I went 0-4-1 on the pick 5.
Didn't go 0-5, though.
Right. Had a push. And a penny saved is a penny earned. I was very excited to not lose. I was watching that game with Derek, and I just once I think it was when they were down 11. I think the Panthers were down 11. Bryce Young had the ball, and I was like, "Here it comes. This is I'm not gonna win one. I'm not winning one this week. The Lions game was kind of rough. Some of the other games were rough. How did you guys? Did you guys win? At least one.
1-4. 3-7 over the last 2 weeks. So
You didn't push, though.
I'm almost. Yeah, I didn't push though. That's what matters.
Which one won for you?
The only one that mattered, dude.
Oh,
Called double unit.
Double
why
unit.
should I ask?
Well, you had 2 double units, if I recall.
Yeah.
Josh Downs, right? Anytime touchdown?
I was a little too in the
0
moment.
career touchdowns in 2 games.
Yeah,
He's a dude.
He is
I don't even know why I
games.
asked. Like, I faded you with my double unit law. Yeah, that was a rough game. At least depends on your perspective, I guess. But
Yeah.
what about you, Derek? Did you win one?
I'm just a Mr. 3-2, right? No, I'm sorry, 3-1-1 with a push because my double unit was also the Saints game, and we had a very different reaction to that game. Whereas you immediately went, "I'm going to lose this one." I was sitting back, relaxing. I was like, mathematically, it's not possible. I was like, 22-9, dude, this is easy. And I was like, hold on, 9 + 8, 17. Hold on, they're up 20. Oh my god! And it was the complete opposite of. I'm sure we'll touch on it, but the Broncos just magnificently just blowing that lead as I knew they were going to. When the Hail Mary happened, I was like, oh, fuck. I was more confident in them not completing that 2-point conversion than the Hail Mary. But on the flip side, I knew right when the Panthers scored that touchdown, I was like, we're just fucked. It means nothing, and they're going to cover the spread, and at least it's a push.
Yeah, speaking of comebacks, that was that game was rough. I went. I was around Giants fans because how could you not? There was like, it was
The game was in New York, right?
basically,
Yeah.
Did you fly?
basically, yeah. It was. I was just making jokes. I was like, dude, we're not even supposed to be here. Like, when we're up 20-0 at halftime. It got worse each time they turned around to look at me. My last defense was it was tied game, 28-28. They get a first down to get over the 50, and I go, what's the score? Because they were celebrating like they won, and they did, basically, at that point. But, yeah, I was trying to hold on. I was like, well, at least we're not paying Daniel Jones. We're paying a guy who's not even playing right now. So, joke's on you guys. But, yeah, that was rough. Also had a couple parlays that
Ooh.
that I was a Mike Williams touchdown away from winning, I think $5,000 on a $10 bet, and
How many legs?
it was like 5, I think.
Wow.
I had one that had Dobbs. I had Dobbs, and then a Tyler Higbee touchdown away from winning like 6,000. Because I had Dobbs, Higbee, Saquon, and Dobbs, Higbee, Saquon,
Tyron?
and Jake Ferguson
that's
in the
right.
Dallas game. And then all 3 of those hit except for Tyler Higbee because Kyron screwed me over. But, I mean, I had another one where it was like Kyron, Mike Evans, and I'll have to pull it up. But, yeah, I rewatched that Chargers game today, and that was a little painful. But there was no actual shot for him to score. They just didn't target him in the end zone.
Man, it was two touchdowns away from $11,000.
Yeah. Yeah, that was and then I had another one where I think it was Khalif Raymond. It was Mike Evans, Khalif Raymond, Kyron Williams, Jake Ferguson, and Mike Evans. Did I say
Right.
that? Yeah. So 5-leg that would have won 6K had it cashed, but it didn't. But at least I bet Jake Ferguson and Josh Dobbs straight up. Josh Dobbs was plus 800 to get a touchdown, and that was I had to walk about a mile to the stadium, and that was I don't know if that was heat stroke that helped me come up with that, but that
You
was,
just had your epiphany, like walking to the stadium. It made you bet
I had a hallucination in the parking lot, and I was like, Dobbs is running it in, and it worked out. But
Nice.
yeah, I was also watching that Colorado game. I did win big on that one.
Oh, nice.
I had a parlay that had Fresno State covering, and boy did they ever against
Boston?
ASU.
Boston?
No,
College?
no. I had Fresno State, Nebraska against the spread,
Nice.
and Colorado State covering
Oh, yeah.
23.5.
Yeah.
Then I got like Colorado to win by 1 to 10 points. Like it was just I thought it was gonna be a close game.
Mhm.
Not based off like anything. I'm not like a genius, but I just
High fives.
yeah. But I ended up at a bar like when by the time the game was over. It was so late. It's like 11:30 when the
Yeah.
game finished.
Man, those poor East Coasters.
Yeah. Now they all get to experience Pac-12 after dark
Yeah.
because no one really cared to watch any Pac-12 games this late. Yeah, that was. I mean, Travis Hunter's out for like 3 weeks.
Lacerated kidney or liver.
I didn't know what exactly he had.
I think
but-
I saw that. Damn, what a scrappy game though. That was fun. I was so bummed I didn't catch the second half of it.
Just so mad I didn't bet overtime. It was so obvious.
It was so
Oh, yeah.
obvious, dude.
I did it the week before with Nebraska, Colorado. I was like, this week's going overtime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it was I was a week off. It was that game was. They were about to go up against a train.
Yeah.
I mean, Oregon's gonna be a tough game for them, but at least ESPN and Fox got all their shows out of the way. They were like, "Hey, we gotta go to Boulder now."
Yeah. No, yeah, it was a fun college week. And this week we have Clemson, Florida State, two
Oh, yeah.
teams I almost snagged fat bags from in previous weeks because I live bet Duke like early on when they were like still like an absurd amount of plus money.
Yeah,
Then I live bet Boston College when they were like plus 2,200. I was like, it's gonna happen, but so we'll see. I'll go Florida State if we're talking about it, but
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I kind of, dude. I think Mike Norvell is Colorado State's coach. His brother is Jay Norvell, coach in Florida State. Backing them.
band of brothers. Dude.
Yeah. He won't have his sunglasses or hat on after the game. He's gonna.
If he's talking to adults,
That was the funniest thing about that.
Yeah.
The whole build up was just like he disrespected my mom indirectly, but he disrespected my mom.
You bring her in the locker room and talk to the fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that motherfucker. It's like, dude, he just said, take off your hat.
It's like, all right.
smart business move though.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Dion's a
Blender-
genius.
He's
Blenders-
like, hey, sunglasses.
They made like $1 million,
It's
like
insane.
1.6 or something
Yeah.
like that.
That's
It was
crazy.
awesome.
Good for them.
Was that all from Dion buying the glasses for his?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Pretty much, dude. I have some Blender sunglasses that I bought like a few years back, like some Nebraska ones. Good sunglasses. They should sponsor.
Nice.
But
If you're listening.
yeah, and then we got Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Mhm.
That should be a good game. You got like
Yeah, that'll
like
be fun.
how old is Sam Hartman? Like 35.
Yeah, yeah,
You guys, I don't know if you guys saw there was like a kicker.
yeah. He has
was
like
like-
3 kids and a wife.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Is it
Yeah.
Colorado State or I forget?
I think it was CSU. I think it was.
I think it was
Yeah.
something like that. Like I don't know, but he was like he tackled like a 19-year-old kid.
Like, whoa,
Like in any other context.
we
It's-
are really close to a legal action.
and then of course Colorado go against Oregon. ASU gonna face off against USC.
Slaughter.
Yeah. Ryan and I are going to that game.
I can't wait.
No, that should be I almost think that Fresno State shutting out ASU is like what had to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
yeah.
like the college football
Villain
sacrificial gods. It's like
Yeah.
embarrass yourself
Mhm.
to a mid-major. Now we'll let you cover. They're
I
like
just can't-
35.5 point dogs.
I can't wait. I'm not on TikTok anymore, but he's coming. Caleb Williams.
Oh, he is.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
expecting a TikTok from him after the Devil game on Saturday.
USC.
But yeah, no, what's Colorado real quick? Like 17.5 spread?
21.
21.5. I'm rooting for fun football. Like gladly getting a slip with Colorado spread.
Yeah, I could see them maybe covering.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. There's no chance in hell they win, I think, but
Or
going out on a
like
limb.
Oregon's like the one school they slip past because like then they have USC next week, so it's like
Mhm.
one or the other. You know,
Yeah.
I think everyone's just like, oh, it's gonna be one of them that they lose to,
Yeah.
if not both.
And Arizona has like a weird like cluster of like, because in high school Oregon was the team.
Right.
Like they got that sick Nike deal, cool uniforms, Tavon Austin, right?
No, he was West Virginia.
Oh wait, Tavon, some dude.
They had a
forgetting his
guy.
name.
They had guys.
They had a guy.
They
had a
had
bunch of
guys.
And so a bunch of like my friends are like annoying Oregon fans. So Colorado money line.
There.
I'll tell you what, I'll be damned if I don't take overtime for this game. 17-1.
Just every game.
Every game.
The value.
That's my
just
log.
simply
I'm
too
sorry, that's my
good.
log.
Good.
I'm going to parlay overtime, Colorado money line. Let's go.
Let's go.
There was a couple other things going on in the league. You got Chandler Jones is eating cereal poolside.
Oh, man.
We
We got the mid-off of running back signings. We got Cam Akers traded to the Vikings, Kareem Hunt back to the Browns. Rest in peace, Nick Chubb. That was awful.
Oh yeah, that was
made me
was-
so
I
sad.
know.
God. And you know what I hate? I hate logging on Twitter because I'm like, oh, I wonder if anybody's like commented on, the exact injury. And then just the memeability of like the fantasy realm of Twitter just takes over and they're like just outraged. How
Well, that's
dare
been
he?
100% fab on Jerome Ford.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah, rushing. Everyone's
Just-
preying on someone's downfall.
2 seconds after, they're just like, how dare he and his stupid knee explode. I'm like, man, shut up.
Or like it kind of gets annoying where like people like start tweeting sports books like, are you gonna give me my money back? Like it was like I had Jamal Williams and Nick Chubb in a parlay. Can I get my money back? And it was
Yeah.
like, dude, come on. Like you're probably like,
Have you heard
Grown
of the
ass
term
man.
implied risk?
yeah,
Your 50 cent 12 leg. Sorry.
you're betting on blood sport. Like just so you know this. I mean, if you took the odds on Jerome Ford to get a touchdown or Tony Jones, it's insane. You're basically betting on injury. Like, so it works both ways. But
Yeah.
that was the funniest thing where it was just like, please, I need to be bailed out right now. And then DraftKings does and FanDuel, like they'll just send you a replay of the injury and say, ha ha.
It's like for you.
Yeah, they will not. They will not give you a refund on anything. DraftKings, they're doing anything they
Yeah.
can to stay alive.
Yeah. Got to help the stock.
Yeah.
We got Justin Fields as a robot.
Oh yeah,
apparently. Yeah. Bears, nothing but good vibes with the Bears right now.
Oof.
oh yeah. Bears are about to get hit with a RICO case. Like, you hear about the feds raiding.
Apparently that was a fake tweet.
Yeah,
It was a fake
for
tweet.
10 seconds, that was my favorite thing.
It was a fake tweet, but it's real enough
But
to
it's
me.
real. Well, we're talking about it, huh?
Yeah, you got Eberflus, the kingpin.
They say Eberflus in tears. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Pac-Man Jones is just the FBI agent who busted.
That was Peanut. It was Peanut.
Oh, Peanut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Pac-Man just got arrested.
You know what's funny is I didn't
Last
fact
week.
check anything. I just looked at it and I was like, shit,
Oh, yeah.
makes sense.
It- Yeah.
It's not true, but it's like I would like to imagine it's just this like Fast and Furious style like huge production of just
Rock is the new head coach of the Bears.
yeah, it's just like
Vin Diesel, D coordinator.
Guys, family.
La-
That's what's going to get us in the
La
end zone.
Familia.
Happy to report, Peanut Tillman is a prominent FBI agent.
Oh
So
yeah,
there
no,
we go.
he is
That's
an
true.
FBI.
I wasn't sure.
Sorry, yeah, Pac-Man Jones got arrested last week.
By Peanut Tillman.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
But yeah, this is we got a good slate.
Mhm.
Should we get right into Thursday night football?
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right. The Giants are going to the 49ers in San Francisco. They are 10.5-point dogs against the 49ers. 44 is the total. I'm going to say, seeing it firsthand, I think the Giants in the second half are Super Bowl winners. That was the best damn team I've ever seen. Found out that Brian Dabble probably took over play calling in the second half. Kafka fumbled it. I wish they stuck with him because, they should have done that to teach him a lesson. Like, make him see it through.
Yeah.
Not just because the Cardinals were up 20 to nothing, but yeah, Daniel Jones in the second half against the Cardinals, which in the first half also looked like Super Bowl champs. Let's just acknowledge that. They took a playoff team. We're shutting them out on pace to do what the Cowboys did the week before.
Yeah.
So that was how good they looked. Daniel Jones had 259 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 58 rushing yards, and another rushing touchdown. All in the second half.
Electric.
Yeah.
So
On
I'm
pace for
interested to hear-
600 passing, 100 rushing, 3 touchdowns. Just don't watch the first half.
I'm interested to hear what your guys' take. This has to be a big conflict of interest for you, actually. You love Daniel Jones, and you love Brock Purdy. Which one's taking the edge here?
You're right. I do love Daniel Jones, but I think we saw enough in last Sunday's first half against the Cardinals. Just all around bad team. Scoreless in their first 6 quarters.
Yeah.
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 Embarrassing, and what could have almost been just a insufferable loss to the Cardinals. They magically come back, but I'm rocking with my dog Brock. There, first home game, crowd's gonna be rowdy. My brother's gonna be there. Shout out, enjoy the game. Christian McCaffrey, like 200. I got it here, 268 rushing yards across the first 2 games, 2 tutties, dude. It's gonna be a stomping. I'm easily taking 10.5, minus 10.5.
Ooh.
Yeah. I know it's hard to lay 10.5. I get it. But let's see a little. I feel like the 49ers kind of weirdly struggled more than I thought they would, but maybe we've just undervalued the Rams.
I think we did. I did.
And they had a backdoor cover.
Yeah.
You got McVay getting the call.
Backdoor field goal, dude. What a dick. Go for the touchdown.
Yeah, throw it to Tyler Higbee at least.
Yeah.
That's one time.
At least, dude. Got thousands of dollars riding on this.
I would have retired. You guys wouldn't have seen me. I would have been done. I would have broke even. I've definitely lost that much at least in my career.
Yeah. What about you, Derek?
It's a lot of points. I want to give a shout out to the Giants. I didn't share this with Drew until after the fact, but I've seen a lot of bad football in my life. I've seen a lot of Raiders football, bad football. I've seen a lot of Cardinals football. I'm sorry, bad football.
Bad football.
I've seen a lot of Broncos football, bad football. When the Broncos were up 21-3, when the Cardinals were up 20-0. Let me poke around. Let's look at a money line parlay with Manders and the Giants.
Oh no, you
125-1. Put 2 books on the sucker and I'm retired. All right. I don't know. I showed up here because I love you guys. But
Thank you. Wow.
So shout out to the Giants, but I do agree they look like the worst team in NFL history for the first 6 quarters of football.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can't believe they pulled that off. 10.5 is a lot of points. No Saquon. No Andrew Thomas, possibly.
I think he is out.
Oh, is that confirmed?
I think so.
I know Brandon Ayuk's banged up. He got a stinger last game, and his shoulder's kind of messed up right now. So I don't know. 10.5 is a lot, though. I like the Niners are great, but you're right. I think what were they favored against the Rams last week? 7.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? And
Yeah,
that's how they got
'cause
the cover. I don't know. I think the Niners are unquestionably one of the top 3 teams in the NFC. Like it's not even it's them, Eagles, Cowboys. Then
Mhm.
don't even know who the 4th is. But Giants were a playoff team last year. Maybe they got the mojo back. I know losing Saquon's obviously massive, but on a short week, I'm going to take the points. If it was under 10, I would go Niners. But since we're over 10, 10.5, I could see a backdoor cover happening. I could see being a little close. Obviously, I think Niners win, but give me Giants to cover here.
Nice.
I think so I have a value play.
Ooh.
I like Eric Gray plus 850 to get into the end zone. You guys might
Not
be
Noah
wondering,
Gray.
who is he? He was a running back out of Oklahoma, drafted in the 5th round by the Giants. So when in week 18 last year, when Saquon was benched, Breida did not get bulk of the carries. He got bulk of the receiving work.
Mhm.
They gave what's his name? Brightwell, I think.
Gary Brightwell?
Yeah, Gary Brightwell.
Mhm.
They gave him bulk of the carries. I know that a lot of Giants fans were talking about Eric Gray's pass protection, but I think Dabble said this week, if he's out there, we believe in him.
Nice.
So I think there's a shot that he gets into the game and could be like a dark horse to get some end zone work. He's a good runner. Like that's so I think Breida's going to be in the receiving back role, and I think Eric Gray could get some. They're going to rely on the run to some point because you still have Daniel Jones as your quarterback. I also like Paris Campbell over 27.5
Hey.
receiving yards.
I like that. I'll
But-
follow.
But yeah, if Wan'Dale Robinson plays, he was targeted the most in the games he played in last year when Daniel Jones was pressured. And of course, he's going to be pressured. The second in targets was Saquon. So if Wan'Dale Robinson gets any, if you see a line that there, as of now, there's nothing yet, because I think that they're still waiting to see if he plays. I'm inclined to take it. I think that there's a lot of value on Wan'Dale Robinson in this game. He was kind of a safety valve for Daniel Jones. But all that being said, yeah, the Niners look legit. I mean, I think I'm gonna have to say they cover. A lot of points, but they cover.
Okay.
Let's go.
I want to jump on the prop train here. I love everything you're saying. I was looking at Paris Campbell too. Niners, obviously a great defense. They are tied for the first least rushing yards allowed to running back so far, only 44. They also allow the 6th least yards at tight end, only 17 per game. And obviously Darren Waller is the target hog of that offense. So in this spot, I like Darius Slayton. I also like Paris Campbell. Darius Slayton's line is 34.5. He is tied for second on the team in targets with Saquon. Saquon's out. I think Darren Waller's going to be bottled up. Obviously, this game looks like the Niners are going to be playing from behind a lot. So Slayton can do this in garbage time. He can do it whenever. So let's just hope they pass the ball, actually. That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
I know in the first game, it was like the third quarter. They didn't complete the pass still. So that was sick. So
Ooh. Wait, actually?
I think it was about it, maybe to a receiver. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I could be making that up, but I feel like on the broadcast, they're
Oh
like,
my
no,
goodness.
no. Waller definitely had some.
I said receiver.
Oh
receiver.
yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah, no.
No.
Okay, so are we all in
Nice.
agreement that Niners cover?
No, I said
No,
Giants.
no.
Oh, you said Giants.
We can't all agree just
Thank
yet.
God,
Not
dude.
just yet.
Not just yet.
All right,
This next one we are.
Falcons Lions. All right, so we got the Atlanta Falcons going against the Detroit Lions. The Lions are -3 at home. 46.5 is the total. They had that heartbreaker of an OT loss, and the Falcons, they squeaked one out against the Packers.
God damn it. I need the Packers in so many parlays.
Dude, yeah, I thought when I saw that line, there was so much movement. I think the Falcons ended up being favored by like 2, 3.
Didn't the Packers open up as favorites? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a 1-point favorite,
Mhm.
I believe.
Crazy.
And then it flipped to where it was like 2.5. I think when it closed on some books, but when I looked right before kickoff, that was what I saw. It was I just rewatched that game today. The Falcons know, like, Desmond Ridder, I don't think he's good. I was joking on Monday Night Football. I was like, I think Arthur Smith should be fired because just everything he's done to Kyle Pitts. But they move the ball. They're like top 5 in the league in red zone trips. They've mostly ended in field goals, but they're top 5 in trips to the red zone. You know, yeah, Desmond Ridder, that dude. If you pressure him, he's gonna throw a pick, and I'm gonna say the same thing like I did with the Seahawks game. I think the Lions are gonna get pressure, you know. But what are you guys seeing on this?
Yeah, no, I'm like super excited for this game because, me and everybody else kind of hopping on the Lions bandwagon. Definitely after the Chiefs game, they go and lose a heartbreaking OT loss to the Seahawks. Dude, but the Falcons, 2-0, their offense is so fun to watch. I understand Desmond Ridder isn't the guy going forward, that they want to work on and establish. But dude kind of balled, 237 yards, passing touchdown, 1 interception. Bijan, my boy, my dynasty baby, looked good, 124 yards. And finally, Drake London did some stuff after the disappointing week 1. Falcons, I think, have only turned over the ball once, and that was the interception last game. That being said, love me some Jared Goff. Dude fucking balled last week. QBR 121 is like over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Loved it. Although they are allowing 25.5 points per game, which is 28th in the league. And they've averaged 86 rushing yards per game. So big Bijan. I need to go peek at his overs, but I think he's the key to success here. Give me a Falcons cover.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, when you said we're all going to agree, I thought you were for sure going Lions.
I know, I think you
All right,
feel
little curveball there. Have you guys seen the injury report for this game?
Uh-oh.
I looked, but
Falcons have 1 guy listed, and it's Jeff Okudah, who's just questionable. Lions, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, IR, obviously.
Oh, I did see that.
Josh Reynolds, questionable with a groin. David Montgomery, questionable with thigh. Amon-Ra St. Brown, questionable with turf toe. James Houston on IR. Taylor Decker, questionable with an ankle. Vaitai, the starting guard, questionable with a knee. Emmanuel Mosley, questionable with a knee. Kirby Joseph, questionable with a hip. So give me Lions minus, or I don't know. This is a tough one. I've been a Falcons doubter this year. Just conflicts with my Saints rooting interest here.
Right.
But they do have one of the easier schedules this year, and they have looked pretty good. In spite of Desmond Ridder, completely agree. I don't think he's the guy or anything, but I love Bijan too. Lions surprisingly have been decent against running backs. I know we have a small sample size this year. So far, allowing the 7th least rushing yards to running backs. So maybe it's Bijan still going to get involved, who they are, obviously. So, but if there's no Amon-Ra, if Josh Reynolds is banged up, O-line's banged up, I don't know. I'm not confident in this one. Like immediately, first glance, I was like, I'm taking Lions -3. I just am. But I think it's this way because of the injuries right now. If I had to guess, I would say Amon-Ra plays. I would say Josh Reynolds plays. Montgomery, I'm not sure. So maybe it's a big Jahmyr Gibbs day. Maybe this is the breakout we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Couple other stats. Falcons are allowing the 2nd least yards of wide receiver. So even with the Lions being banged up, or if Amon-Ra does play, they've been playing well lately. Here's my angle. Who's been debatably the most disappointing player in his career so far? Just what he is hyped up to be. You just talked about him earlier.
Pitts?
Kyle Pitts. Lions this year allowing the most yards to tight end, 87.5. Last time they played in 2021, he had one of the best games in his career. He had 6 catches for 100 yards, 102 yards. His line set at 34.5, 32.5.
wow.
Damn.
Give me that over.
Ooh.
Might work his way in the pick 5 here. And I'm looking at some alt stuff. If he goes off, who's to say he doesn't get 75 yards and a touchdown? Who's to say that's not 12-1? Well, DraftKings says that's 12-1. I'm gonna bet that. Put a couple pennies on that, and then I'm gonna bitch at DraftKings when he doesn't hit and be like, "Hey, you didn't get. That's not fair. They didn't throw to him," and then they'll refund me. So
Yeah.
win-win.
My account was hacked.
I also just realized I didn't pick a side here. My heart wants to go Lions -3, but maybe I'll go Falcons +3.5. Maybe I'll take alt line here.
Okay.
So
I'll
you're
give me
saying
the field goal.
You're saying it's a push.
I kind of think it's a field goal game. I think it's appropriate.
So you think Lions win?
I do.
I also think the Lions are going to win. No, they also lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He's out for the season. Dude was the guy that bring the blue ski masks into the mix.
Now they're in the Seahawks locker room.
Yeah, that was. The Lions, they clawed back. Like Goff threw a key pick six that should have put away the game, and the Lions came back and forced OT, and then they never got the ball back. They just let Tyler Lockett score, which is, I think the Falcons aren't going to force that kind of mistake on Goff. Something that's actually interesting about Desmond Ridder. So when he takes a 5 or 7 step drop back, his quarterback rating is top 10 so far in the season, 116.7. It drops by 20 points any less steps than that, because I think that he gets pressured near immediately.
Yeah,
and he's usually throwing like his average depth of target is like 5 yards, So it's like really just dink and doink stuff. Like that's really this Falcons offense. I think that it's going to be. I think I kind of like the over in this game. I feel like the offenses could be going, get flowing, and but I do think the Lions are going to force like a turnover out of that, because rewatching that game, Desmond Ridder had like a drop pick, and then of course the other interception. Not saying he's good, but they definitely need to give him more time. Doesn't seem like he's panicking. He's panicking right now. No, but I still like the Lions. I'll take the -3. But I definitely think that offenses should get the ball moving and shit. And I'll take 46.5 over 46.5.
Oh yeah.
This is random. Did you know on the season, there's only 2 receivers on the Falcons that have a target? Drake London and Matt Collins.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Oh, actually, a prop I like. I'll like it again, even at less value. I mean, if Josh Reynolds isn't playing, Khalif Raymond or Marvin Jones Jr., those 2 guys, they could get into the end zone. Yeah, I like those guys this week.
My guys.
All right, is that?
I think it does it.
All right, so next game is Chargers? Yep, Chargers Vikings. We got the 0-2 Chargers going against the 0-2 Vikings. Yikes. Vikings, as of now, it's a pick 'em, but they're +1 at home on the spread. 54 is the total, highest by far on the slate. Will this be the shootout that we think we deserve? I don't know. Vikings just got Cam Akers. They couldn't stop the run, so they figured why not stop their own. No, I guess there's familiarity with Kevin O'Connell. But yeah, just kind of a random. Him and Alexander Madison are just gonna
mid off,
dude. So pathetic. Last game, I have it. I think just so sad. 8 rushing attempts on 28 yards. Oh my God, what is that?
Disgusting.
Did you guys ever think going into this year that we would leave a primetime game, like a Thursday night game, going, get Kirk Cousins some help?
No,
it was like, man, he's looking at he's doing all he can. like,
Yeah.
It was like the poor Kirk Cousins hour like after that game. It was like, can we get him to the Jets? What can we do? I was part of it. I was like, come on, man, if he was on the Jets. But also TJ Hawkinson, man. I mean, the Eagles have been bad against the tight ends. We'll get into that later, but you know, he was getting his targets. He was eating. Justin Jefferson had a shit ton of yards, played against him in fantasy. That hurt.
150.
Yeah.
Or 159.
Yeah. Just, he was basically half their offense. And that, I mean, and the Chargers, their secondary has looked horrible. This whole,
Abysmal.
the past 2 weeks.
Actually, the worst in the league.
Yeah. They've allowed 358 passing yards a game so far.
Wait. I have a fun stat.
Oh, okay.
A spooky stat. Yeah, over the last 2 weeks, guess the spooky number of passing yards they've conceded.
666.
Get those pentagrams ready, fans. They're gonna be handing them out.
Pentagram ski mask.
It was Staley doing aerobics on the sidelines. I feel like the Chargers are. I feel like this game is like a must win for Staley's job. Not quite O'Connell's.
Yeah.
But I think that total is deceiving. I think it's going to end up being just under. Like, I feel like it should be a shootout. Like, on paper, it should be a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
But these teams are both so incompetent. Watch them fuck it up. One thing I do like is Jordan Addison's line is set at 49.5. Hit that in his first 2 games. It's almost suspiciously low. But I mean, might find its way into the pick 5. But I wouldn't touch Justin Jefferson's line or Hawkinson's line.
When are we going to start setting JJ's line at like 149.5?
Seriously.
You can't set a line too high for that guy. I agree. I would not touch his line. I would never touch his line. It's just always so high.
He'll end up with like 98.
Yeah, right. And it's still a good game.
What are you guys feeling on this game?
Yeah, no, I think you hit all the correct points, but I do disagree on the over. I think both offenses kind of have edges over both defenses, and like I said, dude, Chargers defense just looks very bad. Throwing 666, maybe they'll get 999 after week 3. But regardless, Herbert's going to go out there and ball. Throwing for 300 plus yards every game so far, and regardless of that, he's going to do his thing. Vikings, yeah, heartbreaking for Kirk Cousins. Get him to the Jets, dude. Get him out of there. That would be so funny. And we'll see. Maybe Cam Akers can run the ball more than 28 yards. And so, yeah, I think their offenses kind of match up favorably. I'm gladly gonna go. I think this is a game. Staley. Wait, what's his first name? Brandon Staley loses his job.
Wow.
What's the line set at?
Yeah, no, it's actually negative.
Ooh, minus odds.
No,
Leave
Vikings
him at the
plus
tarmac.
1. But I like the over 2. Vikings.
I think
plus 1.
Cam Akers gets 28 yards if he gets like 25 carries. That's basically what he's doing for the Rams.
We should set Madison's number at his jersey number 2. Does he get over 2 yards?
What are you feeling on this game, Derek?
I'm hoping this game is fun. I love it. It's a well-deserved highest total on the week. I could also see it being extremely disappointing, but I mean, this is definitely. I agree. Brandon Staley's probably fired if they lose this game. Before the year, we were all kind of on the Chargers train. I mean, me, regrettably, I can't believe I spewed those words, but they are super talented. Unfortunately, the team that they're playing, does not match up well with what they're allowing, which is most receiving yards and most passing yards. They have a guy named Justin Jefferson. Jordan Addison, obviously, he's a stud. You took everything from my notes. I love Jordan Addison this week. Even KJ Osborne, if the Cowards release his lines pretty soon here, I'd like that too. But I don't know. I just can the Chargers lose this game? Okay, what happens? Chargers lose the game. Brandon Staley gets fired. Vikings lose the game. Kirk is on the Jets. What do we think is more realistic?
My heart would love Kirk to the Jets.
I would too.
dude.
So that's the time I'm gonna go with. I mean, I fuck the Chargers. I hope they go 0-17. I hope I'm dead wrong there, but let's get Kirk some help. He's just become biggest winner of the offseason with the quarterback show. I mean, he was the only likable guy on that show. Fuck Pat Mahomes, but I'm a Kirk guy now. I like him. I'm rooting for him. I'm just looking at props in this game. I mean, even going into last year, the Vikings they allowed the second most passing yards and the first most receiving yards. So just take everyone's over here. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, not TJ Hawkins. Actually, no, I got that backwards. Vikings are good against tight ends. Never mind. Gerald Everett unders.
Oh.
Just so you know. Also, Austin Eckler, questionable, I should say. Don't know if he's playing. Same thing with the Vikings. Garrett Bradbury's questionable. Marcus Davenport, questionable. So, a couple key injuries.
I'm going to just give a prediction. I say Chargers take it 27-24.
Bet that exact score right now, you won't.
I will.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Show the camera.
Just, you said $1,000? Do they even offer the line for that?
There's usually an exact score.
There is usually.
I don't know this early if they do.
Not yet.
You know what they are offering already? Overtime, 10-1. Let's go.
Let's go.
This is overtime alert. We should have an official overtime alert. This is definitely on the list. This is for sure on the list. Parlay this with Colorado, Oregon overtime.
What gets overtime alert? Every game.
Every single game.
It's like that Buffalo Wild Wings commercial from like 2 years ago, where everybody's in the bar, like have the sprinkler system block a field goal.
We're gonna get this fixed. I didn't pick a side. I guess I'll go Chargers.
Yeah, I think. That's what you said.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So 2 of us are on Chargers. One of us is wrong. All right. Moving on to the next game. That's got to be Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Got Derek's my bad. Derek's Raiders.
Is that for real?
I thought you did it on purpose.
Me too.
I should have just leaned with it. I got Pittsburgh Steelers going against the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas. Raiders are -2.5 at home. 43 is the total. These teams suck against the run. Both are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Jacobs got -2 rushing yards last week.
Mm-hmm.
Derek, what's going to happen?
Well, I think the real line we need to set is like over under 4.5 people you know in your life that are going to be at this game, because everyone has Steelers fans in their life, and everyone I've talked to is like, yeah, I'm going with my uncle and my 3 cousins. Everyone has told me that.
I got a couple cousins.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of Steelers fans. So basically, Steelers home game here, I think. This game, it's just going to be gross. It's going to be nasty. You're not going to like it. You're not going to want to watch it. I'm going to watch it because I have to. But if you guys get the quad box, just make sure you don't have this one on there. I agree. I love the rushing prop overs. However, when does Jaylen Warren just get the keys? Najee's not looking great. I saw a tweet that said Najee runs like he's trying not to lose 1 yard. Yeah, that's perfectly encapsulates Najee Harris's game. So like I want to take his over, but I don't know if in good conscience I could do it. It's 52.5? Is that what it's at currently?
Yeah, 51.5, I think.
Ooh, it's going down. The sharps.
It was 50.5 when we started.
Oh,
and then it went back up.
So I think I'd wait a little bit to see. I mean, I know Jaylen Warren's more so used in the receiving game, but I mean, Josh Jacobs 71.5. I know he's had a bad first 2 games, but a couple factors here. I think one, working off the rust, no training camp, no practice, obviously, and then first 2 games. Just looking at accounts that are smarter than I am reviewing the tape, they're just like loading the box and like just there's no protection there. Last year, Josh Jacobs led the NFL in yards after contact, so I think that's part of shaking the rust. But also the line has to do him some favors here. So I'm hoping we see Jimmy G's just got to get it done a little bit. We got to get Josh Jacobs some help. So we got to set up some passing work just so Josh Jacobs could get going. But I do think this is the Josh Jacobs bounce back game. I think he gets in the end zone. I don't know. Do we have lines for touchdowns yet? We do not. But I would be looking for that. And I would assume it's probably going to be around even, maybe a little plus odds here. So that's what I would be looking at. Also would be looking for Jacoby Myers props when they release those. He is going to be back this game. Just got out of concussion protocol. I know Devontae Adams, at the end of the game, he was in concussion protocol, but he's going to be fine. He's going to be playing this game. Just gross. Just, what's the current line right now? We got Raiders -2.5. I think that's right. Call it bias. I think the Raiders do get this done, but I think just under a field goal, they nailed this line. This is perfect for this game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take Steelers straight up.
And I don't blame you.
I mean, I can't believe they set Najee Harris's line so high. I mean, that's kind of similar to Jordan Addison's. It almost feels like a trap. He hasn't hit it in either of the first two games, and it looks like Jaylen Warren was getting most of the reps by the second half of that game against the Browns. I will absolutely bet on Devontae Adams' touchdown because Patrick Peterson is going to say something stupid this week. He's going to say something stupid, and then Devontae Adams is going to catch 2, like, in the end zone. Like, but, yeah. Remember Sunday night? They had this game on Sunday night last year.
Yep, Derek Carr's last game. How can I forget?
Someone had to die, basically. It was like the honor a Hall of Fame. Like, they had someone pass away, and they were like, all right, time to put the Steelers on Sunday Night Football. We have to. And that game was horrible. It was really bad. I'm so sorry.
It was. You're not breaking news to me.
But yeah, it was. They had to like honor. It was like they had a whole theme. And it was like, here's why we have it in Week 16. This is why we have this game. We could have flexed it, but we were never going to because we had this theme for it. Yeah, it's gonna be a little stinker, but I'll take the over. 43, pretty low. In a dome Sunday night.
In a dome.
Maybe Calvin Austin finally does something. I was expecting that last week. Didn't happen. Break the tie. What do you think?
I think this game for me is just going to come down to like, what offensive unit do I trust more? And, Kenny Pickett after 2 games just has not impressed me in the slightest. I mean, last week, 15 for 30. That's ugly. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But also, over half of his passing yards come from Pickens. And he only had 4 receptions for 127, so he was doing a lot of work, gaining yak. And also, Matt Canada is still on the Steelers. Do we have a petition update? Where can I sign? How do we get
I think Drew started that one. So where are we at now for signatures, Drew?
Oh, I said promote him. I say lean into it.
That's some fun. Let's demote Tomlin.
Yeah. Maybe that works. Maybe that's the way to get it done.
Yeah, true. But also, Steelers have covered the spread last 4 road games. Who knows? I can see a narrative.
This is a home game for them.
Oh.
Basically.
Not really, but it's in Vegas.
True. I was like, wait. Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll see. Maybe it's a Steelers like crawl back to 500 like they magically do game. I'll go plus 2.5. Sorry,
Fair.
Derek. I'm sorry, Derek.
Look, the Raiders deserve no sympathy or love here, so it's totally fine. I would say it's not out yet. TJ Watt's absolutely getting a sack in this game. It's going to happen. And so is Max Crosby. Parlay that. Boom. Telling you right now, do it.
Nice.
I really hope the Raiders are up big at halftime.
Just find another team to parlay them with and don't tell me about it.
You're lucky it's on Sunday night, so it'll have to be with like badminton or something. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
This is a huge live bet against the Raiders spot. I could see the Raiders going up in this one. I would not be mad at anyone for live betting the
Devontae Adams gets 2 touchdowns. It's starting to feel good.
Yep.
All right.
and then I make my money back and I get my revenge.
Hell yeah.
All right. Now we're moving on to we got another doubleheader on Monday night. The first game is
Eagles Bucks.
yes. The Philadelphia Eagles are going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks are plus 4.5 at home. 45.5 is the total. Guys, I think I was wrong about the Bucks. I know they went against like potentially two of the worst defenses in the league. Who knows? But Baker Mayfield, man, he's looked kind of good. Am I the only one feeling this?
No,
Not at all, dude.
Are we all in on the Bucks?
I think we're all in on the Bucks. Not this game, but in general, yes.
Good point.
So Hawkinson had a big game against the Eagles. I think you guys might know where I'm going with this. Cade Otton. I expect him to get into the end zone on Monday night. He's going to have a big game. And that Eagles secondary, it's been banged up. It was banged up going into Thursday night last week. They just lost their slot corner, Maddox. He's now out for the year. Blankenship and Bradbury were both on the injury report on Monday. I don't know what was last update
Still
on
are.
them. Are they limited?
They're
or-
questionable right now.
Okay, and so we Mike Evans has been used a lot in the slot. That's actually where he got a good chunk of his yardage recently. They've been moving him around and stuff. He's not lined up wide. I expect them to take advantage. See Mike Evans in the slot a little bit. Baker, dude, it's like how can you not respect him? Like after seeing like all like in practice, like all the game audio and stuff like that, like. He's like flexing on Byron Murphy, like out. You're too small. You're too small.
Get your weight up.
But it is supposed to rain in Tampa Bay on Monday, and you have two really good running defenses actually. So it's going to be, I think, a little bit of a stinker. 45.5 is the total, and I feel like that's like a little high. What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, man. To add to your analysis, freaking DeAndre Swift. I know the Bucks have a good rush defense, but man, did he pop off last week? I love to see it. He was sitting on my bench last Sunday, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, Eagles, they look good regardless who's in the backfield, I guess, whether it be Gaineswell or Swift. It's confirmed Swift, right? Gaineswell's questionable?
He's still
Questionable,
questionable.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's still 4 backs listed as first on the Eagles depth chart.
insane. It's
That's
wild because
ridiculous.
Jalen Hurts is RB1.
Yeah, I feel like Swift should have the keys a little bit
Yeah.
to some extent.
Yeah.
I've said this about Swift. I think he's so talented, and I don't get
Mhm.
why the Lions just gave up on him. And
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
when he went to the
You're right.
Eagles, it's like you're clearly the most talented guy. But then in the offseason, all I heard was
Yeah.
he's like third and Kenny Gainwell, and it looked like that was the case for at least game 1. And then Swift looked great in game 2, and it's like, the Eagles are just going to do whatever you think they like. What you think they should do, they're going to do the opposite of that.
Right.
So
Watch this be like a Rashad Penny game.
Boston Scott,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Boston Scott.
Is he injured?
he's questionable. Yeah,
He's questionable. Yeah, I think it's gonna be like they're just gonna run it a bunch. It's gonna be like horrible, gritty football, the way God intended.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a game like straight out of like the 70s. It's gonna be just like nothing but running the ball. Rain. It's gonna be muddy.
Can't tell who's what color jerseys or what. Like, why is this like black and white? Yeah, see, he's running the ball right down the right sideline.
What is your pick in this game?
Oh man. Like you said, Baker, Mayfield, Mayflower, dude. Carrying the team across the Atlantic to victory the last 2 weeks. Right now I find it hard to not root for him. But Eagles coming off a nice long week. And maybe, we start to see mistakes and the truth kind of catch up with Baker. I hope I don't see it, but Eagles better team. Give me Eagles 4.5.
Wow.
It's you went down the list like we had the same notes exactly. So I don't want to.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
I'm
basically, no. It's great. That means we're on the same page here.
I'm just
So
I'm able to see them.
I wanted to just. I knew Kate Otten. He was calling to me, so I'm like, Drew needs to talk about Kate Otten first. Yeah, Eagles have been dog shit against tight ends, last in fantasy points and allowing the second most yards, most touchdowns. It's so weird because the Eagles. I mean, it's 2 games. It's small sample size. Let's not overreact. But last year, the Eagles second best against the quarterback, third best against a receiver. Now it's completely flipped. Eagles are allowing the most fantasy points to the quarterback. They're allowing the 6th most yards to receiver, most touchdowns to receiver, most points to tight end. It's just like, and maybe it's just like, losing Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, dude, he had the fire in his
Fire in his
belly.
belly.
Yeah, second most yards.
Did you guys, anybody take the bus here to the studio?
Didn't have the fire in my belly today. And like you said, both good running defenses. I just think the Bucs are 2-0. It's been fun. Love Baker, Mike Evans, Godwin. They're fun. And it's like, we should have kind of seen this one coming. I know it's easy to say in hindsight, but it's the only thing they lost in the Super Bowl was Tom Brady, but they did lose. They have a lot of the same guys that were on that Super Bowl roster. So they're still talented enough. I kind of think this is let's come back to earth moment. I think the Eagles do have a pretty big win in this one. It's gonna be in prime time, so the thunderstorms too. That's the one thing where I'm at, because I was so looking forward to this game. I thought it was gonna be AJ Brown, Mike Evans, Devontae. Everyone's gonna have a huge day, and then you see thunderstorms. So hoping the weather clears up. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna monitor the weather on this one, and if it does clears up, I'm gonna be looking at they keep setting Mike Evans props way too low. It's at 54.5 every week. I don't know what it currently is. I don't think we currently have any lines right now.
There's no props out right now.
So I was looking for Kate Otten. I was looking for Mike Evans. I was looking for Devontae Smith. Keep an eye on the weather. But in the meantime, give me Eagles -4.5.
Not only are the Bucs going to cover, they're going to win.
Oh,
I feel it.
Shit.
I genuinely feel it. It's not that they're a better team than the Eagles, but the Eagles have looked so bad in their first 2 games. It was 2 very ugly wins.
Mm-hmm.
They got by on the Patriots, and the Vikings, they let them creep back into that game. It wasn't complete domination. It was, they didn't shut the door on them. I could just see a scenario where the Bucs kind of stun them. There's always that fluky undefeated team. Maybe the Bucs are ready for that run where it's just they're not good. They're not going to be the Bucs aren't making a deep playoff run. But I could just see them. I could see them stealing this one at home. Kate Otten, 3 touchdowns.
Oh,
It would be so fun to watch. That would be fun football to watch.
I'm gonna say 13-10 Bucs.
Oh damn.
ooh, ugly one.
Yeah, I think it's
Wow.
gonna be an ugly one.
So really, your lock is the under.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely like the under, especially with both teams if it's raining and they're gonna have to throw. I give edge to the Bucs because they still have weapons, man. Those weapons they're gonna move the ball.
Have we mentioned Kate Otten?
Kate Otten, centerpiece of that offense. Trey Palmer, I hope they give him some looks in the slot because I don't really know who they're gonna plug in at slot corner, but Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, all those guys are coming up the slot. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna get slotty. It's gonna get slotty and messy.
We're saying all this just for Coke Hyped to vulture a touchdown.
But yeah, I'm confident in that one. It's not in the pick 5, but it honestly should be.
You have time.
I already have mine locked in, but so does that do it for first of the Monday night games? We got the Rams going against the Bengals. Super Bowl rematch a couple years ago. I'm not painting my face for this one yet. But Rams are going against the Bengals. Bengals -3 at home, looking to get their first win on the season. I think we all kind of saw the Bengals having a slow start going into that Ravens game. You know, it was like decently close. I didn't have a chance to really full on break it down, but this is a spot where Bengals are horrible against the run. Kyron Williams, keys to the backfield, could be his moment. But I think the Bengals have to win here and bounce back. So I think I'm going to bet that. What about you guys?
Yeah, I like where your heart's at. And like I said earlier, you know, I think the Rams maybe, at least, you know, I'll speak for myself. I kind of undervalued them. They've looked really impressive, dude. Pikachu Puka, dude. Pikachu? Nuka? Or not? What's his last name? I'm just gonna call him
Nakua.
I'm just gonna call him Pikachu.
Fun fact, he's actually I should just say this. He's Dana White's nephew.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't like, I don't have ancestry.com pulled
Yeah.
up, but like he calls him Uncle Dana. So
Yeah.
like,
That's DJ's Dana. Old reference, UFC reference. But yeah, no, I wasn't one of the fantasy guys either that were like chomping at the bits to go grab him off a waiver. 'Cause I was like, you know, I saw a bunch of tweets that are just like, oh yeah, everyone's gonna go get him, and I was like, yeah, watch him, you know, have 3 receptions for like 12 yards or something. But no, dude, he proved us wrong, and he looks fucking damn good. So do the Rams. Surprised by that. Also, you know, kind of surprised by the. I mean, we did talk about it before week 1. You know, with the Burrow injury, it's worse than I expected, and maybe it's just because I'm finding myself rooting for them a lot. And I would say let's not panic if we're Bengals fans. They were 2-0 0-2 last year at this point, but that was with, you know, a healthy Joe Burrow. And so I'm with you. I think they have to go in. They have to win. And so I'll gladly lean Bengals. But I think if I were to promote any bet, it would be under 44. That has hit 8 out of the last 9 times.
Oh, wow.
The Bengals.
Nice.
What about you, Derek?
For me, this is a complete stay away until Monday night when I'm chasing all my losses from Sunday. So then I'll for sure have a play on this one. But is Joe Burrow playing, first of all?
Exactly.
They say hard to say. Zach Taylor quote said hard to say. So do with that what you will. Also, so far, I mean, I'm guilty as well. I said the Rams could be the worst team in the NFL, and they've looked really great and impressed me a lot. They're currently allowing the 4th least passing yards. They are allowing the 6th least yards of receivers, which is obviously the Bengals game. Bengals allowing the 5th most rushing yards of running backs, like you touched on, Drew. They're also 4th worst against fantasy tight ends. So maybe Higbee is a nice game if you want to throw him in another parlay, and he might be banned for you. I don't know. Normally I would agree. I do think this is like the get back to normal Bengals. They can't go 0-3. I think, did we all have them in the Super Bowl?
I for sure did.
I for sure did too.
yeah, I definitely do.
So, I mean, how many teams have been 0-3 and made the Super Bowl? So, for us to be right, let's go Bengals, win, or -3 or whatever we want to say. But I'm not confident in that whatsoever, especially if Burrow's not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a gross one. I feel like I can't get a handle on the Rams. I have no idea. And I totally agree with Puka. I was the same way. I thought it was going to be short-term theme when Cooper Kupp's going to come back eventually. He's just going to eat into that. And I don't know, man. He looks really good. Most receptions in the first 2 games for any player ever, right? I think that's what we're at.
Oh yeah. 10 over 10 and over 100 yards. I think was like something nobody's done before for their first 2 games.
Probably was. He's
over 10 receptions, over 100.
Yeah, they just tripped into Jerry Rice.
whoops.
Trevor Siemian.
With a way more fun name.
Trevor Siemian would be the quarterback if Joe Burrow can't go. And
Yikes.
I don't know if you guys remember. I remember. I trust that man. I trust that man. I still trust that man. I guess I'll wait for the Burrow news to come out. Wait to live to bet it, and then boom.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
is that?
That's where I guess official picks Bengals -3, but I would stay away right now. I would wait for a Joe Burrow update.
Yeah.
We're all three on Bengals -3.
Officially under. But
Oh.
yeah.
Ready to do our pick 5?
Yes,
We're ready.
sir.
Who wants to go first?
I can start it off. You know what? And I think I just might make this my my brand for the podcast. If you guys want to make money, fucking just fade my pick 5. Just fade it. 1-4 last week, and you know what? I'm sticking to my guns, and I'm gonna be bold. All right, with a couple of these. To start it off, Giants 49ers. Give me under 44.5. They, for some reason, don't like to score in the first quarter or the first half. So I'm taking that at -108. Give me, Drew's not going to like it. Or maybe he will. I don't know. Cowboys -12. Yeah, I think the I don't know. There's just the Cowboys are really good. You know, and I would listen. I'm going to try and be accurate with my, updating my priors. You know, I was very harsh on them just out of pure blind bias. And I would listen to an argument saying that they're the best NFC team right now in front of the 49ers. So I'll gladly take -12. This is where it gets fun. Kareem Hunt, anytime touchdown, back in his home team, dude. +230. I know it's a sucker's bet. I know it's ridiculous, but we're here to have fun. And like I said, fucking fade me. All right, if you're listening and you want to make money, fade me. I love it. Don't fade this one. CJ Stroud over 1.5 touchdowns, +160. I think he's looked really, really good. I don't know if you guys watch them, but the QB School videos. Do you watch his YouTube?
Yeah, they do on YouTube.
Dude, they are so much fun. And, getting that, in-depth analysis from whoever, I don't know his name, but he just looks really good. And, yeah. Fuck the Jags. And the double lock. You guys can see it coming from a mile away.
Don't know if I can.
+7.5. Revenge game against the Bengals. Colts, I don't care if it's Richardson or Gardner. They are staying in the game. They might not win. What?
Revenge game against who?
The Ravens.
Oh.
From last year's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They
I wasn't trying to mess up your flow. I was just listening.
They stole that beautiful Carson Wentz game right out from under me last year, and that hurt. I do have an honorable mention for funsies. We'll see if it hits. I guess because I'm saying it, I'll throw a tiny sprinkle. Alec Pierce, first touchdown scorer. Also, shout out to the QB School, dude. The Colts have a great. I love Steichen. Their offense is just so much fun to watch, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see them kind of scheme some more opportunities for Alex. So +2200.
Ooh, love that.
Yeah.
Want me to hop in?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I'm just going to knock this one out because I think me and Drew both have it. Jordan Addison, over 49.5 receiving yards. Week 1, he was on the field for 56% of snaps, upgraded to 69%. Nice this last game. Gone over in the first 2 games, 61 yards and a touchdown first game, 72 yards and a touchdown this last game. Chargers allowing the most yards to the receiver, 282 per game. This line is criminally low, so give me that one. Next up, give me Darius Slayton over 34.5. We touched on this. The 49ers are allowing the 5th most wide receiver yards at 214. Slayton is second on the team in targets at 11. Number 1 in targets, Saquon is out of this game. And Darren Waller, who is also tied with Slayton for Darren Waller is leading. But their leading target is a tight end. And guess what? The Niners are good against tight ends. So give me Slayton over 34.5. I think they're going to be playing from behind. Next up, give me Zay Flowers over 48.5, continuing the rookie wide receiver trend. He is leading the Ravens in targets at 15. been on the field for 84% of snaps and 77% of snaps. The Colts are the second worst against wide receivers in fantasy and allowing the fourth most yards to receiver, and he has gone over in the first 2 games as well. Next up, give me Kyle Pitts over 32.5, the bounce back game. Like I mentioned, last time they met in 2021, I know this does not bring logic into it at all, but 6 catches at 102 yards. Also, Lions are allowing the most yards to the tight end at 87 yards per game. So love Kyle Pitts in this spot. All right. And then for the double unit, Mega Whale Lock / 401k parlay. It's back, motherfucker. We got the Buffalo Bills against the Commanders, money line. And the Miami Dolphins, money line against the Broncos. You probably those together. It's minus 118. That feels like I'm stealing money. Give me that. When we touch later, I'm also going to give you another money line parlay, but we'll address that later.
All right. I'm going to start us off with I'm trying to get right with them. Lions money line against the Falcons. Don't know if I like the spread, but I definitely think they should win that game. I listen to you every week, Ryan, and I'm trying to fade you, but it hasn't worked so far. Cardinals plus 12. that has already found its way into my pick 5. I just think that we've played above where everyone's kind of projected us to play. I feel like we're underestimated again. We lose, but we don't lose by 13 or more, in my opinion. We'll see. Next, I'm going to go with under 51.5 rushing yards for Najee Harris. Looks like he lost the keys to that backfield. I'm hoping he lost the keys to that backfield. He looked horrible when he was playing. Jalen Warren, all the kids are raving about him. And I enjoy watching him play football more than I enjoy watching Najee Harris. Jump like he's Josh Allen headfirst in the end zone and get stuffed. It actually did find its way into the pick 5. Give me Buccaneers plus 4.5. I took them spread in the pick 5. I already talked about how much I love them. Next, my double unit whale lock. Go into your parents' your mom's purse, your dad's wallet, take everything, put it on this. You already said it. Jordan Addison over 49.5 receiving yards. Kind of a trappy line, actually, so don't. And I got another double whale unit lock.
Oh, we got 2.
Buccaneers money line. I had to throw it in.
Oof.
I'm calling my shot. Fuck the Eagles. Fuck the Birds.
So you have Bucs plus 4.5 and money line?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I said it when we covered the game. I think they'll not only cover, they'll win.
Damn.
So I'll be screwed if they only cover.
Double unit on the. Should you flop? No. Okay. No. All right.
No.
Nope. All right. Nope. Like it.
All right. You said you had a parlay for us?
Yeah. This is gross. It's only 6 legs, guys. That's it. It's not that many. Bills over Commanders. Dolphins over Broncos. Got that. I'm so sorry.
All
Ravens
right.
over Colts. You can still cover.
Oh yeah, that's solid. Yeah.
Jags over Texans. I'm sorry. You can still cover. Cowboys over Cardinals. I'm sorry, Bears fans. Chiefs over Bears. Plus 292. You're taking all pretty heavy favorites. I know it's usually a sucker's bet. This feels like a get-right week for Survivor. I feel like there's a lot of good options here. So, assuredly, the one I pick is going to lose. So, that's going to be the leg that loses this one.
One of the 6 you pick, you
Well,
mean?
Don't pick one of
No,
the
the one I
6.
pick in Survivor is going to be the leg that loses it here.
Oh.
I want to throw. You know what? Fuck it. I'm throwing the Eagles in too. Fuck you, Drew. Plus 484.
Wow.
Wait, I got up to. Wait, what was it before?
292.
Oh.
Damn.
Make that your Survivor pick. All right. Well, that pretty much does it for the whole slate. Eric Gray score a touchdown. Kate Otten. Those two. Go retire, and then Bucks money line.
Mhm.
Congrats. All right. I love you guys.
Love you
Aw,
too.
stop it. I love you guys.